Marina Mabrey assaulting Caitlin Clark last night, and her team pretty much justifying it. One thing I can tell you for sure is that now the WNBA has broken their silence about the assault and about everything. That Marina Mabrey technical foul from last night's Fever game has been upgraded to a flagrant 2. The league told ESPN a flagrant 2 comes from a standard fine. Additionally, Sophie Cunningham was fined separately for her hard foul with 46 seconds left to play, and no player will.
Just when it felt like the WNBA drama had peaked, the league dropped a plot twist straight out of a daytime soap. Marina Mabrey clapped back, and no, she didn't show up with an apology. She brought screenshots, attitude, and enough shade to block out the sun. Now there's talk of a possible 3-game suspension like it's DEFCON 1, all because Sophie Cunningham had the nerve to actually react instead of sitting politely while things went off the rails. Buckle up, this is high-stakes pettiness, whistle included.
Marina Mabrey has responded to the to everything that's going on in my opinion, the best way possible. In my opinion, the best way possible. Like, this is what players need to realize. Like, when they respond, like, it is a better thing to just take the high road in any scenario.
Marina Mabrey didn't just respond. She pirouetted into the chaos like a ballerina with a vendetta, landing every move with the precision of someone who's been saving receipts and patience. Meanwhile, the WNBA circled above like hawks, debating a 3-game timeout as if Marina had just bodyslammed the commissioner herself. Her response wasn't just clapping back, it was the elegant wrath of someone who's officially out of grace to give. And let's talk about this so-called suspension. Nothing screams, we've got this under control, like dangling punishment over a player's head while completely ignoring the actual mess, namely, Sophie Cunningham being turned into a cautionary tale for the crime of defending her teammate.
You don't have to touch her, but you trying to swat like you're LeBron James, it's not safe, man. It's not safe. Come on, fam. This is why you're getting called a dirty player. Because you're playing out of control. Even when you're guarding up somebody, you get to hacking dribblers, the ball handler. You get to hacking them. You get to slapping their arms when they get the ball. Even Kate Martin ended up pointing at you during a rival. Like, why you're not gonna call this ref? She's slapping the heck out of me. You have to control you.
The irony is so thick you could spread it on toast. Marina's real offense? Refusing to play the silent prop in this ongoing WNBA soap opera. And now she's the one under review. Meanwhile, elbows are flying like it's dodgeball tryouts, and the refs are out there blinking like confused Roombas trying to find the wall. Marina's response? A masterclass in layered shade, equal parts humor, heat, and the unmistakable energy of someone armed with receipts and a breakup playlist. If the league's hunting for highlights, maybe skip the games and just roll the aftermath, because right now, the punishment committee's getting more screen time than half the starting lineups.
As we've seen, Sophie Cunningham making sure she's even more loved or hated. We've seen Angel Reese trademarking me bounds, which I still think is genius. The best thing to do is play around with the joke. Like, if you see a joke on your name, turn it into try to turn it into a positive thing, and then try and monetize off it. But Marina Mabrey commented on TikTok about the whole situation, and this is what she said. Every time they comment, I make dollars. And I mean, I don't think she's wrong.
And let's not kid ourselves. If Caitlin Clark so much as breathed the way Marina Mabrey did, she'd be halfway to the parking lot before the echo of the whistle even faded. Ejected. Absolutely. Fined. Without question. Toss in a mandatory sensitivity seminar and a league memo calling her a threat to sportsmanship. And you've got the full package. Meanwhile, the actual aggressors? They are racking up Gatorade deals and being celebrated like they just cured world hunger. This isn't a double standard. It's a full-blown double-decker hypocrisy sandwich, served with a generous side of why are we like this?
We knew the WNBA old guard, the Monica McNutts, the Natalie Esquires, we knew they were going to have some nonsensical takes after what took place last night. Between Sophie Cunningham putting JC Sheldon in a nice clinch, between Marina Mabrey running downhill like a safety in the NFL, from the dust-ups between Caitlin Clark and JC Sheldon, Marina Mabrey swinging, spinning back fist on Aaliyah Boston that didn't get called. We knew that the slows, shout out to you 360, we knew that the slows would have something foolish.
Honestly, Someone needs to pull the receipts on these referees because at this point, vending machines are showing more consistency than WNBA officiating. It's like someone walked into Foot Locker, handed every cashier a whistle, and said, "Congrats, you're now the moral compass of professional basketball." Newsflash, stripes don't come with a rulebook, and judging by these calls, they are not packaged with common sense either. It's getting hard to tell whether we're watching a basketball game or an improved comedy sketch sponsored by chaos and confusion. One player gets shoved into next week and the ref just stares into the abyss like they are trying to remember if they left the oven on. Then someone sneezes near a veteran and suddenly it's a technical foul. Blink wrong. That's a flagrant. Smirk slightly. Ejection. Catch an elbow to the face. Let's review it for 7 minutes and still get it wrong. At this point, just swap the replay center for a Magic 8 ball. It'd be faster and more accurate. But through this circus of imbalance and accidental officiating, Sophie Cunningham stands tall, literally and metaphorically. She didn't flinch. She didn't fold. She held her ground like a bouncer at the gates of common sense. She had every reason to go viral, a knee to the forehead practically gift-wrapped for social media. But did she take the bait? Nope. She stood firm, radiating not today energy like she was trained by stoic monks and Midwestern moms. Absolute fortress.
Here we go. Every time Caitlin plays. Look, Oregon. Now look at Marina. The jealousy gotta stop. Look at this. Now watch Marina. Ridiculous. Look, this girl pokes her in the eye. Like Dejanay Carrington did. Now watch Marina. She got to go. Man, look, the jealousy has to stop. Now listen, I like Marina, but she got to go. That is ridiculous. And then the other girl, I don't even know her name. She poked Caitlin right in the eye.
That wasn't just restraint. That was Olympic-level self-control in heels. Sophie Cunningham could have gone full Mortal Kombat and not a soul would have blamed her. But instead, she chose the high road, stone-faced, eyes blazing, radiating righteous fury. And somehow she's the one tossed like she was the villain in the scene. Make it make sense. This league keeps fumbling the optics like it's their brand. You can't preach empowerment while punishing the one player actually standing up for her teammate, without turning the court into a WWE audition. Meanwhile, Sheldon, yes, that Sheldon, is skipping off like she didn't just charge into mid-court like she was reenacting a back-alley brawl from a superhero origin story. No cape, no cause, just vibes and violence. But does she get ejected? Of course not. Instead, Sophie does the walk of shame for the crime of not throwing hands. Honestly, give her a cape, or at least a medal, because what she displayed was poise under pressure, the kind of composure this league claims to want, until it actually shows up. Sophie's the calm in the storm, and somehow, the storm still gets a participation trophy. It's like watching someone rescue a kitten from a tree and getting fined for not wearing a helmet. And let's be clear, this isn't just about one game. It's part of a longer, messier saga. Clark's been taking hits like she's prepping for a demolition derby. Elbows, shoves, blindsides, take your pick. And every time she's fouled into the next zip code, the refs suddenly develop temporary glaucoma.
Says fines are on the way for a number of Fever and Sun players following Tuesday night's game. The cost of each serves as another stark reminder of the league's low salaries. Low salaries, man. Let's see here. Hopefully we ain't got to pay for this thing, man. Front office be on some other stuff with they article.
Let Caitlin Clark flinch a little too hard, and it's game over. That whistle comes out faster than a toddler lunging for candy. So when people ask why tensions are boiling over, why players are snapping back, maybe start with the obvious. The officiating has the consistency of a bowl of jelly. No one's asking for perfection. Just a sprinkle of structure. A rulebook that doesn't shapeshift mid-game depending on who's on the court. Because right now, it doesn't feel like a professional league. It feels like a backyard barbecue with surprise referees. The only thing you can count on, that the call's probably going to be wrong. And here's the kicker. If Clark had responded to Sheldon the way Marina did, with just a spark, a little you tried it energy, she'd be trending for all the wrong reasons. Not passionate. Not assertive. No, she'd be labeled volatile, out of control, or the league's favorite, emotional. Meanwhile, Sheldon gets to bulldoze across the court like a Looney Tunes character and it's just part of the game. If inconsistency were a strategy, this league would be undefeated. The officiating doesn't need a workshop. It needs a boot camp. Maybe even a crash course in object permanence, because clearly they can't see what's happening right in front of them. The bar? It's in the basement, and somehow, they're still tripping over it. A striped shirt doesn't make you Solomon. At this point, we'd get more balanced calls by letting the fans vote by group consensus. Or better yet, just hand the whistle to Sophie. At least she sees the game.
Oh lads, Marina Mabrey has started. Marina Mabrey, Sophie Cunningham. I don't even know. I don't even know who started all this. I really don't. Don't know who started this whole thing, but it's caused World War CC. Now, how many? There's been about 17 World War CCs at this stage. But if you guys didn't see, Marina Mabrey yesterday, what ended up happening was, again, one of the most viral clips in WNBA history.